Welcome to the grudge match of the entire competition. AVANT T1.dotters taking on TRIDENT Esports for winners bracket round 3. I'm Mike, joined by a Maniac. And a Maniac, what a match we have in front of us.
This is the match that everyone has been waiting for. T1, AVANT. I mean, I can't wait to see what these guys are going to do. Obviously, the grudge, for those of you who don't know, has come down between the lineup change of the team that is now known as TRIDENT. They've dropped Issei. They've picked up the wonder kid that is Beastin of the Call of Duty scene. They have an amazingly skilled squad right now. Issei and his new lineup, you've got some young blood in there. You've got Wolfie, you've got Hopi, you've got Hysteria. Amazingly skilled players as well. I mean, this is going to be a match to die for, really. It
really is. And I mean, you can think of it, while the naming sake might be a little bit different, it's the old T1 plus Issei and 3 other players. So the T1 name really is on the line here. It's a battle of those T1 players. And I mean, you mentioned about the new blood. They're all experienced players, though, in their own right. Of course, you got Hopi, Wolfie, and, of course, Hysteria, all competing at that top level. Of course, 2 of those players competing previous APAC competitions as well for the Call of Duty Championships. It's going to be a crazy match.
It really is going to be, Mike. So all of these names are well known throughout the ANZ Call of Duty scene. I mean, look at them on your screen right now. They're focused. Closest to us, Hopi, young blood. He was skilled in Halo, arguably even more so here in Call of Duty. You've got Hysteria as well as Issei and Wolfie. I mean, this squad, they have a lot to prove here, and both of these teams are going to be fighting out their top contenders here in our ACL Brisbane competition. Of course, this entire competition over the weekend would not happen without the support of our amazing sponsors. So let's give a quick shout out to them. First up, we've got Astro Gaming supplying us with their awesome headsets to use throughout the competition, which is on our main stage, the Astro feature station, and entirely decking out our Halo area upstairs.
Not only that, but you have, of course, Ben Q providing excellent displays since 2009 here for ACL. I mean, all across the main stage, the feature station, and I mean, how their displays just always constantly improving themselves.
Well, I'm looking at one right now. They look sexy as. And of course, we do have one of our newest sponsors, HyperX, supplying SSDs and memory for the ACL Pro circuit throughout 2015, both for our players and our PCs that we use backstage. Don't forget, thanks to HyperX, we are running an amazing competition this weekend. Just tag @HyperX in a tweet of who you think will take out the Call of Duty competition this weekend with the hashtag ACL HyperX, and you could win a prize bundle valued at over $500. Now, Mike, we always talk about predictions amongst casters. You know what? We're not doing that this time. We're not going to say who's going to win out of us, at least. Let's throw it to the people at home. We're going to get one of our polls going, folks at home. As you can see on your screen right now, we've got AVANT versus TRIDENT Esports. Tweet @ACL Pro with the key that is on your screen. So that's going to be R3 AVG for AVANT Gaming and R3 TRI. Tweet at us now. We'd love your thoughts on who you think's going to be taking this one out. Mike, even if you were going to predict it, I actually don't think you're going to. Surely you can't right now.
I don't think I can tear myself between the two. You know, there's going to be a good winner here, but I think it's going to go down to the wire. I think it's going to be that close that no one will be able to predict it. Now, you might have a couple of fan favourites, but those players might be leaning towards certain players on the team themselves. I mean, you look at that, 50-50 right now.
It is 50-50 right now, and it's exactly how we're feeling. Now, Sarah Artemis had a chat with Damage after their last round, which was the win they got over Textbook Gaming. I mean, and he said going into this one that they're feeling very confident. She asked if they had anything to prove against their former captain, Issei, and this new AVANT lineup. And he was very relaxed, very calm and collected, and just felt like that he and his team had nothing to prove and very confident that they're going to take this one out. Now, Mike, I'm curious if there's going to be just a little bit more heated passion coming out of this squad as the series begins.
I think they're going to let the game do the talking instead of just some words here and there. I think they're going to prove that they might be the better team, the better T1 team, and go from there. But I mean, these guys, you mentioned it's a grudge match here from this game, and we are going to be, of course, having these teams 67% to TRIDENT, so they're going back and forth here. But remember, tweet @ACL Pro, use the key R3AVG or R3TRI, and put your vote in because we're definitely interested to see how things will be, how things will be playing out and what your thoughts are on the matter.
Yeah, that's right, Mike. So, and don't forget the official hashtag for this weekend as well is ACL Briz. If you search that hashtag on Twitter, you'll see all of the results, information, and action from the ACL Brisbane event for 2015. For 2015. We do have that poll still up, so tweet at ACL Pro with the keys, R3 AVG for AVANT Guard, R3 TRI for Trident. We are hopefully going to be getting this round underway. Now, our first map is going to be Hardpoint on Biolab, the one of the bread and butter maps of our competitive scene. Now, look, a lot of slaying power on both of these squads. Hardpoint is going to just see a complete slay fest. Your first Hardpoint on Biolab right there in circle. Generally, it's just a bloodbath in there, Mike. So it's going to be interesting to see if either of these teams can really get a foothold in there and rack up those first points.
Of course, first hardpoint over at that 5 location. Premium opportunity for teams to stamp their territory by just going in strong, getting those kills, getting those points on the board, and seeing how things play out. Now, I just want to jump on board with Izzy to open up this grudge match, because I don't think we can pick any other person that will do it better.
That's exactly right, Mike. So couldn't agree more. Former captain of the Dotters squad. Of the squad that you're now seeing there, Trident. They have now replaced him with Beaston. And look, Beaston, he has just got some raw skill, doesn't he, Mike? So expect him to pick up some big kills throughout this series.
You can see, of course, players contesting this hard point early, but it is AVANT who have the first 13 points on the board. Now, Trident have got this control, and it's going to be Fate and Chileans who are trying to hold this one down. Fate will drop, and Chills will follow suit shortly after. New captain Damage will try to pick up some slack, but AVANT have gone in guns blazing, and they've been able to get control. But this hardpoint has been going back and forth, constantly players contesting this hardpoint, and you see here Chills is trying to go for the belly, but unfortunately just couldn't do it.
Yeah, it wasn't going to happen, and right down to the scrap points are going to be contested. It's going to be Hysteria there for T1.dotters of AVANT there. They're going to be racking up those ones. Look at the rotation though, Mike. You've got a couple of red arrows out here holding down Snow and the red stairs, so that's going to be Trident on that Atlas squad holding it down. Here's Damage trying to go to work. Close range Val action is coming up big for him. He takes down Issei, but he's going to be taking a fall there by Wolfie. Chills comes in to get the big two-piece. He's still alive. His teammate Fate also cleans up Hysteria. AVANT, Issei tries to come in to clean that one up, but Chills still going to work, holding it down. He got that 3-point streak before being taken out. 8 for 5 right now. Beaston, we may have hyped him up a little bit too much. He's come up on main stage, still asleep. 1 for 7 right now.
Oh, he's got a phrase running in from Ghost, and he seems to be doing it again right here, as it's still so close, and so close is a great thing to see here, especially for this match. 33 points to 29. Now 15 seconds remaining here in this Red Stars hardpoint. Beaston, I think he might have heard you, because he just got a double kill straight off that respawn.
Loving it, Beaston. That's what we came here to see. We're still on board with Damage, captain of Trident, and he's trying to make some moves here, getting set up for this next rotation. Look at the setup for this squad. You've got all of these red arrows down in the bottom right-hand side of your map set up for this blue hardpoint, also known as boxes. And there's a couple of spots in here to really lock this one down. There's a couple of entrances, but if you get a good team, you can get a lot of points off this hardpoint. And you know what? This is going to be a vital one, considering there's only just over 6 seconds separating these two teams right now.
I mean, with it being so close and a setup so strong there from Trident, you're just going to be seeing these guys just holding this one. And that's something that you don't see quite often, especially on this blue hardpoint. The consistency to be able to hold that hardpoint. Now, I might have spoken a little bit too soon, because it did just get broken, but out of that 60-second hardpoint, I mean, they've gotten 40 seconds out of it straight. No one could contest in that time, and straight back off that respawn, they're back in there, trying and doing it right.
Yeah, they really are. 74 to 46. It's now 30-point blowout thanks to this one hardpoint, which is what I was mentioning before. If you get a setup, you're going to rack up some points. Now it's about the rotation, though. Look at the spawns here for the blue squad. AVANT T1, great spawns, and they have to fight their way out, though, as it's already a rotation. Beaston's going to work over there just on the green roof. He was cleaning out red. Look for the battle to take place here. It's Hopi's going to be coming up on top. Teammate Hysteria gets the 2-piece, and Hysteria follows up with a 3rd as well. Wolfie cleaning it up. So this is T1's hard point right now. It's all about if they can hold it down. The spawns worked amazingly well in their favor. Trident spawned all the way over at Snow. You're going to have some great spawn kills as they rotate through, but they were smart. They went through the tunnel and came out of Circle, also known as 5, but T1 have done amazingly well. You saw Issei there, Captain going to work, Hopey the young gun of the crew, he's going to work as well, Wolfie backing him up. They are racking up the points right now, and it is back to a 20-point game.
I don't know what's going to be more exciting, the actual gameplay itself, or probably just watching the cameras of these players and their reactions after each and every single kill right here, as Issei will be able to pick off one, Wolfie taking out a second, but Damage and Beastland also pick off kills for themselves as well, as you do have the scores still remaining in an 11-point range. Now slightly growing apart here with Trident holding this Biolab, but we know Biolab hardpoint. It's going to be that cluster of this hardpoint, the biggest cluster of them all, and Avant are going to try and break in right now through purple.
Yeah, they really are, and they need to do that as Trident just cracked triple digits here in Biolab. We're almost halfway through the map when it comes to time, 106 to 77. The points still being racked up for Trident. Avant have done really well at their rotations, but they're just being outslayed by the Trident crew, and they're just holding it down still. You've got Damage in there going to work. He was finally taken down. Teammate Fate's going to be locking it down. He's got 3 in a row so far. Looking towards red there, and he wasn't looking the right way, as they're all going to be coming from purple. There's 3 in a row. Ducks in a row lined up for him. Gets 1. Can he get 2? He does. That is 2 straight kills there for Fate. You can see there he's on the 5-point streak. Beasting with him, helping it lock it down. He's going to be finding one player, doesn't spot him up high, and finally taken out.
You're going to be seeing, of course, right here, the Avant squad desperate to get some points on the board. Halfway over into the time limit. 5 minutes still remaining as well. Issei and Hystero will fall. Wolfie over onto the 5 hardpoint. We'll try to get a couple of shots in. Picking off one. Hope he takes down another as well. 131 to 88 right here as they're just trying to defend this one. But he will get taken. Issei will clean it up, but he'll get taken from a nade as well. Kill just going all over the board right here. 135 to 91.
And once again, you see Trident in control here. They're going to be setting up for the rotation in about 30 seconds time, so still plenty of time to get from this circle hardpoint. Chills here, he's just a little bit on edge. He's got a great setup with his team there, and as you can see, a huge push coming around the outside here. Chills needs to get ready for it. 1 pops in, and just a little bit of a sloppy reaction time there as Hopey was able to clean up 2 kills before falling to Fate. His teammate, though, Wolfie, and also Hysteria cleaning up. Wolfie picked up the 2-piece, so they are no doubt going to be getting that scrap time. But look at the spawns over on the top side of your map. Great snow spawn for the guys of Trident. They are no doubt going to have a great setup here. If we could just maximize the map here for a second, you have 1 player already on it. This is Chills locking it down. You had 1 player out on green, 1 right out in the snow, which is on the top side. There's 2 players out there, but this is a lot of time here for Trident. They're now more than 50 points in the lead at 3 minutes and 40 left on the clock.
It's going to be an interesting one for Avant to possibly come back here and make an impact. Trident once again still in this hardpoint. Chills just mopping up the kills and assists from just sitting in that hardpoint, getting those bullets to the Avant players. Players trying to contest here, but once again, we see Trident with a perfect setup. They might get broken in around 5 or 10 seconds, if that, but by then, the score is just growing apart. And I mean, look at that. You mentioned it was 50 points just 30 seconds ago, and now it's 80.
Exactly right, Mike. So 187 to 107, and it is growing for the Trident squad. Now we're going to be rotating down to the bottom right-hand side of your map, down in blue. And look at that. Speaking of blue, there's 3 blue arrows. Make that 2. Holding this one down. Damage trying to go to work. His teammate Fate cleans up Hopey. That means there's 2 players left in here. Spots 1. A little bit of a late reaction. He's going to get punished for it as Issei takes it down. Wolfie, though, he's getting hungry and he even takes down his own teammate. Issei trying to recover, though, by taking down Chills before his teammate Hopey is also slaughtered and put on the chopping block. 196 to 119 is your score with just over 2.5 minutes left. Mike, this is a bit of a blowout for Trident, but Avant, with kills like this and your kill feed line up blue, there is still a slight chance for them to come back.
Issei did that one perfectly, stayed alive, slid over into cover as well, waited for his health to regen, and then went for the second kill. Now, unfortunately, he gets taken down as I'm talking him up, but we have Hysteria and Wolfie picking off these kills. Hysteria on a 5 streak right now as well, but once again, of course, he has to die as I'm on him. But we do have Hopey still walking with these kills. Now, you notice the score is catching back up. They've hit that 150 point mark, 11 seconds still remaining here. Now, Trident are still going to be contesting this one. Hope he was caught unaware because only 10 seconds remaining. Luckily for Trident, they're able to get those extra points to bring them over to 20 points. But with 2 hard points remaining, this still can go either way.
That's exactly right, Mike. So one thing I did notice as well is that there was a long time there where AVANT were getting most of the kills. I mean, they were about a 2-to-1 ratio where they were catching up on the kills against Trident. However, Trident did such an amazing job at just contesting hill after hill and just kept running in there. They were just lambs to the slaughter, but they didn't care because they were stopping the AVANT guys from racking up their points. They're now about 60 points in front. That's a full minute. With a minute 20 left, it can be said, Mikester, that against a squad like Trident, it's pretty much impossible for them to come back.
It's going to be definitely hard as well. But, I mean, 1 minute 15, it is still mathematically possible. So that's what they're going to be relying with. If they can hold the remainder of this time and then move forward into Biolab and get complete control. Watch Snow, watch Purple, Orange, and Ice, then they'll be able to come back in this easier than you might think.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But I mean, 216 to 172, and those points are racking up for Trident. But as I say that, it's gone back in favour of AVANT. 50 seconds left, and I mean, if my math is correct, they're not going to be able to come back now. So 175 to 219, the points are going up for Trident as well. So this first map will be going to Trident. Don't forget, well, one, they want to keep fighting it out anyway. They want to prove that they're still playing it. They have good sportsmanship. But 2, also, they want to get those stats up. I'd like to remind everyone that Does Play are doing live stats for this event. So at Does Play Stats is the Twitter handle where you get all the information for that. So live stats tracking at ACL Brisbane thanks to Does Play. But no doubt, Mike, as I did mention, both teams very vicious against each other, which I love to see. Great competition, and they are still going hard, even though points-wise, the game's over.
It's not quite a grudge match for no reason. These players have something against the others. If anything, it might have toned down a little bit in terms of, Twitter and social media and just overall conversations, but the gameplay says it all. The gameplay is what everyone is going to be, seeing at the end of the day, and that we didn't have any players actually hit a 40 bomb either. I just want to point that one out. The kills, ranging from that 30s, or one player on that, on 20, 29, 25 as well. But we had high 30s, mid 30s across for the remainder of the players. And I mean, that just shows how the games for this was kill count was just quite close.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And the KDs was so evenly spread. I mean, the highest KD we had for that one was 1.34 to damage, and he's the one who was just one off that 40 bomb. But I mean, it shows that there may have been superstars all across the place, but they also kept dying, which shows that the skill gap between these players is very, very small. So look, while we're getting set up for this next game, I'd also just like to point out that thanks to our friends at Smite, we're going to be giving away a bunch of Smite Xbox codes. So you'll see on your screen right there, head to bit.ly/Smite to claim one of the 250 Smite codes up for grabs for Xbox One and be in the running for one of 2 Founders Packs. Now, Mike, those Founders Packs gives you every god in Smite that's not only out now, but any that will be released in the future. Pretty awesome stuff there thanks to Smite.
Can I get on that?
You can. Well, I don't know. Let's find out. It might be, I don't know if that's a bit dodge or not, but hopefully we can get hooked up. I know I'd love to have a crack at Smite. So, guys, again, head to bit.ly/ACL Smite, and you can get one of those 250 Smite codes. You can see on your screen there, guys, on main stage, that's going to be AVANT T1 on your left, TRIDENT Esports on the right. Both these teams are getting ready and psyched up to head into Game 2 of Winners Bracket Round 3, which we're on Detroit. It's S&D. Mike, bring us into it.
We're going to be on board with Chileans to open things up, as well as Fate will have the bomb. You see Fate going to be running in a little bit of a different way to his bomb carrier. Chileans just trying to be a little bit of a distraction over onto this hospital side. Shots will go out over onto his B side though. Let's swap over to that play. That is going to be Beasted, who decides not to contest any further. Nades will go out. That should nearly take him down, and he is completely tagged, but he's managed to go back over to that car park in one piece. Now Fate will get taken down, which means the bomb is down as well. The player's going to be retreating, still at that schoolyard, trying trying to get those shots on. Beaston will be able to. Getting shot from the side. The player will contest and take him down. Hysteria was in a little bit of a risky spot going for that contest, but luckily he made it work.
That was a whole lot of pre-fire. Thought he was going to be able to get that player coming out, but he was just dropped in return. So Chills also picking up Wolfie there, which leaves Hysteria the only one left alive, and he's going to work with his IMR. Smart work to pre-fire there, but the player wasn't in position to take him out. So you've got damage versus Hysteria in the 1v1. The bomb is down, as you can see there, just over outside of school on the far side out near the courtyard. The bomb's now in the hands of Damage. So Hysteria just taking his time here, doesn't want to get caught off guard. You've got Damage here rocking this bow. He doesn't have any of his XL abilities there. We'll jump over to Hysteria. Oh, the challenge goes down. Hysteria able to pick it up. Caught off guard. That IMR going to work there for Hysteria. Able to clean it up. You're going to see here on your kill cam straight out. Fast shots. He was really red. That was a kill from the grave right there from Hysteria.
And I mean, you might not see it because of COD vision, but that was bullets to the head, not to the body, to clean him up.
That was some great shots there by Hysteria, on point with that red dot IMR. So first round is going to be AVANT T1.dotters. Now we're going to be checking out the attacking squad, Isay or Iskar too. Ooh. He does have that thermal Moors out. He was tagged very heavily. He's going to get that long range nade out. Wolfie getting angry with the fisticuffs on Damage, who says good night. He's knocked out cold. That leaves 3 players left up. That's Beast and Damage and Fate up against a full strength T1 squad that is on the attack. And look, interesting positions by these guys, I might add. 3 of the players were just outside of Atlas, right out in the open, just scoping out where these Trident players are.
I mean, you see Hysteria, of course, still rocking with that IMR. Just going to be looking across, and you can see with the minimap where these Trident players are located. Contest going over into B. Hysteria moves on over and gets the easy crossover before getting shut down. Now, Izzy with the bomb will want to move over to this bomb site, but it's not if Chills has anything to say about it. He'll get a couple of shots in, and you're going to be seeing the play that the AVANT players are now going to make to pizza Chileans into a bad spot. Chileans will still go for the contest, and he will be able to take him down, but he'll get shut down shortly after. And I mean, I can hear them right here from the casting station.
We're in another room, and there's a brick wall sort of separating us from the main stage, but I can hear them going off. I can also hear the crowd here at ACL Brisbane. This is the match that people have been waiting for. And you know what's going to be really interesting, Mike? If we see this match again later, that would be really interesting. Of course, you've got some great teams still in the way of that. You've got Skyfire out there in the losers bracket. You're going to have Mega still out there, I believe, in winners bracket. We'll have to check on some updates. But also, I mean, Mind Freak, the favourites of the competition. So, look, this may be the one and only time we see this match, and I am salivating over it.
I mean, you're specifically talking about these top teams that you're going to be predicting to be in the top 4 or even top 5. Some of those teams, I can't name off the top of my head, but some of those teams won't even make top 8 because of the way the bracket is from their pool play results. So it's going to be an interesting bracket nevertheless. But back into this game, we have a 3v3 situation. Chills and Hysteria going to be, you know, the ones taken down from their teams early on. Fate with the bomb. Once again, you know, we used to see at the beginning of this game, your players really wanting to go over to this A side. Now they're favoring over to the other end of things. Trident able to pick off these kills. And Izzy going to be the lone soldier up against 3 players from from his former team.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So he's going to be up against Fate, Damage, and Beast. And Fate just got that bomb down. Is he going to peep out? Jumps straight into him. So that's 1. So he's 1/3 of the way through, taking down the remainder of this squad. Damage and Beaston still up, though. You've got Beast on the other side of Atlas there. Issei with that fire out, he must have spotted him and down A Street towards yellow. You're also going to be seeing Damage. Issei has only 25 seconds to take down both of these players and get the defuse. He switches over to that ASM-1, so he's of course running that overkill perk for those 2 primary weapons, but it's not going to matter as he was just taken down. So Beast can finish him off with some solid shots from this AR. Look at that, didn't miss a beat, dropping him like that. So that is a round to the Trident squad. So you've got AVANT still up 2-1 here in this one. So 1 round yet again separating these teams, and you do have AVANT back on the attack.
I mean, they're going to be looking to go over to this left side of the map early on. Of course, you can see the Trident players, of course, still sitting up over onto one of their players to push on over through that B side. But the players Favouring over onto this A will try and maybe go in for this objective early. No, they're going to be searching around and scavenging for these kills. Taking down Beaston early on, it seems to be the right play, but Damage takes down Hopi in return. So it's a 3v3 situation. Players about to converge once again on the double hub. He's trying to take down one more, and he'll also be his teammate will also force. So right now, Damage is doing all the work. He's on a 4 streak, and Izzy once again is the lone soldier to go up. This limit's a little bit easier though, because it's only up against Damage and Fate. Let's see what he can do.
I love how you worded that. Only Damage in Fate. But you're right, it is a bit easier than last time. Oh, he didn't check that.
Hot timing.
Look, there was nothing he could do there. He had to check that corner. And it was just unfortunate that over on the right side, he didn't spot that player. Look, I suppose if he looked over to the right first, I guess he could have. Time wasn't on his side. Can't hold it against him. Great play there by Trident. And now they're going to be evening things up here 2 apiece. And this is what I love to see. I would pay money for this to go to around 11. Let's hope that's what we see. Don't forget, it was the guys of Trident who took out that hard point. So Avant are hoping to take this one back. It is, of course, a best of 5 here. Just to quickly point out the maps. After this one, we're going to be seeing a CTF Ascend, Uplink comeback, and an S&D Biolab if it comes to it. Hysteria, of course, in this round is going to be picking up first blood by taking down Beaston.
You have Fate, and of course, he's one of his players, Chilean's, going to be in a good position to maybe pick up some kills. Chilean's will take down Hysteria over into that hospital side, as you are going to be having him still looking across, maybe to make a breach here into hospital. Players, of course, just going to be seemingly missing each other for a moment. Chilean's will also take down Izzy. So it's a 2v3 situation. Hopi and Wolfie are left up against Fate, Chilean, and Damage as well. So let's see what they can do. Still favouring, of course, with the bomb. Trident picking off these numbers and working to the advantage they've got in the last 2 rounds out of it, and it seems that they're in favour to do it for a 3rd.
Yeah, that's right. Hopi left all alone. There is the player just there. Sloppy shots. That is not what you usually see from Hopi. Let's forget. Look, we're all going to forget that didn't happen. It didn't exist. Hopi, we know you can do better. I think he sneezed or something. Something happened there, but he didn't pick up that kill. Pretty sloppy play, and it was a pretty easy round there for the guys of Trident. And before you know it, it should be Adam Mike 3 rounds in a row. Now has them in the lead.
It does, and I mean, I'm going to be now looking at the AVANT squad to maybe pull their socks up, make something happen. They haven't been playing the same that they did in that first 2 rounds. Now, the momentum has clearly shifted, but we predict this game to be close. They're already down 1-0 on the series count. They need to step it up here for this search and destroy. And I mean, if that's what they were calling stepping it up, they need to go even further. That's exactly right, Mike. So for those of you who don't know the history of these players and the T1 squad, T1 have always been well known for having a great S&D game, and it actually should be argued we should be calling them the Trident squad, because the majority of the players from the former T1 are there. So they were always known as great S&D players. You've got Issei, the captain of that former lineup, now over at AVANT. So, I mean, both teams very well-versed and great players of S&D. Great Exo boost to get out of there. Tries to follow up. The huge 2-piece with the bow is now going to get the lead even further for Trident. I was on a bit of a monologue there. Damage. I should have known to expect some crazy plays from this kid. I can't believe that. Izzy had 2, he had a 1v3, he had a 1v2, I believe it was. Yep. He couldn't do it. It swaps over to the other foot. Damage just does it on his first go. I mean, Trident, what else could you say? Damage showing you how it's done right there, ladies and gentlemen. Let's watch him again. He's going to have the variable zoom. Moore's out looking near the score. Player going to pop out. Is he going to see it? Is he going to stay there? Ooh, just teasing the scope. Is he? Oh, don't tease me. Don't tease me, Hysteria. We're going to have to jump over to Fate, though. He's carrying the bomb right now, jumping out into the courtyard. All players still up right now. That's probably going to change. Your screen's shaking. There's a lot of nades going on. Cross school there is going to be a player from AVANT T1. Finally a death here. Chill's taking a fall from Issei. Fate is still here doing a dance around the courtyard. 2 players from AVANT are in the school. So you've got his teammate Fate out there running point inside of the hospital. Sorry, it wasn't Fate. It was Beaston in the hospital. Fate's going to be in there joining him in just a second. Looks like they're going to make a push towards A. They need to watch themselves. There's going to be 1 player out on that main street just on the other side of the trailer. He's going to be trying to peep into green there. 1 player already out the back of
of green. So Avant T1 are well set up if Trident make a push for A.
You're going to be seeing contest over onto that green side. Let's see if we can find that player. That was going to be Beeson, but he does fall damage. Tries to get a couple of shots in. He'll get the assist. He turns around for the shots, and he'll be able to take down Hysteria as well. He looks at the player over on the trailer, but he will be the last player alive for himself. Now he's back in a 1v2 situation. Wolfie's right next to him. He gets tags, but he won't be able to pick off the kill. I was feeling another clutch or another 1v2 for damage, but I mean, it was definitely a reassuring round there for Avant.
Damage just trying to make it an R-rated stream right here, Mike. So I am getting very excited over the way this kid has been playing. He was taken down in the end. If he got that one, I'm pretty sure I would have been throwing the headset going to cool off because he's just been playing insane through these last few rounds. Unfortunately, he did take a fall then, which left Avant T1 able to snatch back around. So you've got 4-3, 1 round separating these guys. Issa yet again going with the Mauls. This time Thermal looking through the school. It looks like no one's going to be making a push through there. We jumped over to Fate from Trident, and he's just going to be peeking outside of Atlas here on the main street. He's going to be moving back towards Hospital. No one down just yet. Hysteria does have the bomb in hand. We'll jump over to him, rocking that IMR still, and he's been going pretty good. 8 for 6. He's been running OBJ for this squad quite a bit as well. It must be mentioned, not quite as good as damage we mentioned before. 9 for 3. Still no one down after we're now into the final 50 seconds of this round before it needs to be planted at least. You can see there's a bit of action up on that top side of your screen. That's going to be around the school. One player goes down. That's going to be Fate. Chills answers back to take down Wolfie. You've got a 2v3 situation. Hopey and Wolfie are gone for T1, and they still need to make a move with this bomb.
That they do, and I mean, Hysteria is going to be creeping forward as well. He's got his teammate there to support that. It's going to be Ize who pokes it, but did he spot that player? It doesn't seem like he did. He's going to get shot down in the side as well. Hysteria will get the shot on one. It's now a 1v2 situation, and he's going to move on forward, but he didn't check lockers, and I mean, I don't know if you just expected the player to rotate around or what, but when 2 players are left up, that's going to be the #1 spot you got to check.
Yeah, look, when the opposing team had the lead, I'm just going to be honest, that was a bit of a sloppy play. I think he just expected one player to be there, but I don't really know. I mean, when you've got a 3v1 situation like that, you just expect it. Yeah, exactly right. I mean, maybe he was just trying to do the fast reaction, expected a rotation to come through court, and he just wanted to make a move. But that doesn't excuse him from not looking back towards lockers. So, unfortunately, Avant giving up a round there, which means Trident are only 1 round away from taking another map against Avant T1. So, Fate here running OBJ. His teammate Beast was taken down before taking a fall himself. Damage, however, trying to keep this team together in this round. Hitting double digits here in the S&D across at the Avant camp. Hysteria has done the exact same thing as well. Already snatching a kill in this round, but Chills getting punched in the face as well, leaving Damage, the Wunder kid, the only one alive, and he needs to pull off the ace to take this round, and that would be a fairy tale end to this round, but it's not going to happen.
He's going to turn around, that he will get shot in the side from green. I mean, just as it was turning, Kotabi just sees a fit for that player to the side to go out and and go and contest that. But that is okay because Avant need these rounds, so they're going to be hoping they can get fast, convincing, and strong rounds for themselves just like that, because we're going to be entering into round number 10. Now, you said earlier that you would pay to see a round 11. We nearly are there. So I hope you have cashed in.
I don't have my wallet on me, but I'd be flashing cash on stream if I did, because I'd be paying for this one. Look, I mean, if anyone wants to make a donation to ACL, I'm sure we...
for round 11, I'm sure the players will be...
Why not?
Yeah,
why not? But seriously speaking, let's get back into the action. You've got Fate taking a very early fall. Issei with his thermal maws once again. Hoping he's hiding under a bench, a little scared of the force that is the Trident squad. Fate was the first one to go to get taken down a little earlier in the round, though, so they are weakened right now. Avant, still all players up. They're on the attack. You're going to see the smoke go out there towards green, or sorry, the stun. It wasn't going to get any tags, so you think he may be clear there. Hope he's going to circle through, finds one player. Oh, the turn from Beaston! Sit down, Hopey! Oh my gosh, Beaston just went huge there. No. Damage is going to fold up. They're following the hype here. Chills, another turn there. SA had the shots on. Chills finally answering back. Wolfie trying to get the dignity back for this squad. Not going to happen though, as Trident had an amazing round there. Look, I'm going to be ruthless here. That was sloppy play from T1 from not one, but two players. They gave that last round away, Mikester, and TRIDENT are going to have their second map in this best of 5.
They picked off the lead. They got that man advantage. Then they had a nice play. Rotate over. Get the flank on the player in green. They know one's there. He got the shots off and he got turned on. From there, it was just the beginning of the end. And I mean, I still can't believe my eyes. I cannot believe that it just went over so quickly. He then went to check over. He didn't see the player lying right next to him. He then got a couple of shots, which is fair enough. Then couldn't have enough quick of a reaction to be able to kill the player right in front of him. He got taken down. And I mean, it was... I'm speechless.
Yeah, I'm stuttering as well. 2 turns in 10 seconds or less. That was just insane gameplay from this squad. Look, that just shows the raw talent from TRIDENT, which is your team on the right side of your screen. You can see their damage captain far right, looking very, very relaxed. And it must be said that the team on the left of AVANT T1 also looking pretty relaxed, but I think they might be feeling a little down after losing 2 maps. If they lose 1 more, which of course is going to be the CTF Ascend up next, they are going to be knocked down into the losers bracket. And look, you don't want to be 3-0'd, especially when this was the grudge match. Issei, he may not say it, he may disagree, but I think Issei and his squad are is the team that has something to prove, or at least Issei personally. He's the one that was replaced by the young gun Beaston, and he has this new lineup. Now, again, you've got some amazing talent on this squad. Hopi, far left, he was extremely talented in Halo, and he's proved himself in Call of Duty time and time again. Hysteria next to him. We do, of course, have the zoom straight on Issei. His face just screams focus. He's focused right now. He really wants to take this one out. We're going to be heading into CTF Ascend now. Mikester, we've seen how the last 2 games played out. The hard point was very even until the last 3 minutes. The S&D was very even until probably the second half. Are we going to be seeing something different here in the CTF?
Is this a question of what I want to happen or what I think will
happen? Mate, we all know what we want to happen. We want to go to a game 11 in map 5, but I want to know what you think's going to happen in the CTF.
Look, I think AVANT will be able to make something happen, but from the way TRIDENT are playing 3 straight maps, seems to be a big ask from AVANT from the way they're playing right now.
I mean, that's exactly right. I couldn't agree more. TRIDENT looking amazing, but Beaston was just dropped there. This is, of course, CTF. We're going to be having 2 halves here on the map Ascend. So Chill's going to be taking down Hysteria there. We're on board with him. He does have that ASM-1. He's going to be taken down just like that, trying to make a run with that flag. Not going to be happening. As you can see here, it's a pretty slow start to Ascend, if I be honest. Wolfie here from AVANT is going to be throwing that nade towards Elevator. He does tag someone up. That's going to be Chills up high there, trying to make a move towards this north side of the map. And as you can see there, he's got a teammate backing him up, but he's got to watch the cuts. A couple of players coming down low. Issei catches him off guard. Fate trying to respond with not 1, but 2 by taking down Issei as well. Damage his teammate. He's going to take a fall. So Fate trying to make a run with this flag. Now there's only 1 player who can potentially stop him. He's going to be over at Elevator. Another player, though, did just snatch the flag in return. That's going to be Wolfie trying to make a counter run as well. He's going to be taken down. This should be a cap here for Fate. He was shut down right on the flag. Was it returned? Yes, it was. Clutch that play there by Damage. Actually, it wasn't. I was caught completely off guard there, Mikester. They actually got that in. TRIDENT, after 1 minute and 20 seconds, finally get that cap on the board. I was caught off. There was too much action at once.
Yeah, it was easier to be deceived because of how quick it all went down. The player jumped in and Issei was trying to stop it. He just couldn't get there quick enough. Right here, 1-0 right here. 3 minutes 16 on the clock. Still is, of course, early game here, especially if we capture the flag Ascend. But, I mean, it's not a great start here for AVANT.
No, it's really not. That's not what you want here, especially when you're 2 maps behind. Still plenty of time here to answer back. And Issei's trying to do his best. Not 1, but 2 again. Damage taking a fall. He does have his teammate there trying to make a run with the flag. However, the spawners are going to catch them. Fate and Chills both picking up kills. You've got Wolfie here in a 1v1 battle. He's going to be running away from that one. I think I would too. He is going 6 for 2. Make that 7 for 2 as he picks up another kill there on Beaston. Kills back and forth between both teams. As you can see here on your kill feed, Wolfie had a good run. Fate shutting that down by getting a 2 and that 3-piece feed. He's hungry, going for more as well. Hysteria here from AVANT is going to be not taken down. The shots were out by Fate. Hysteria 2 on point with that bow. Wolfie picking up another 2 as well. Now we're starting to warm up, Mikester.
Chills will be able to take down 2 in a row as well, and AVANT. They try to run this flag through that elevator side. Izzy was trying to run it. He got taken. Now Hysteria is there to pick up the flag and continue that run. His teammates Esports to support, but one meets from the other side of the elevator, shutting them down. Will the flag be returned? Yes, it will be. TRIDENT are going back on the offensive.
Yeah, and they really want to be doing that. Keeping this momentum going is what's been working for them. They still have the lead. Only 1 point scored so far, and that is for them. Both flags are at home, so look for the pushes. You've got 3 red arrows up on the north side of your map. That means TRIDENT is making a big push up towards that flag. You've got Beaston. He's being the slayer for this squad as Chills is going to be making a run. Look for the spawners, though. One spawned in circle, and the other 2 spawned over on the elevator side, meaning they were able to pinch through the cuts and shut down that flag run almost instantly.
Going to be seeing, of course, these players just focusing on a little bit of defense right here from TRIDENT, trying to get these kills and then move on forward. One player's trade from each right here. Still a minute 16 remaining for this capture of the flag, but AVANT need to get a flag in by the end of the half.
Yeah, they really do. We just saw Issei there get a kill on Beast in the headshot with that ASM-1. He's got a teammate backing him up. One player just around the corner. Let's see if he spots him. He knows he's there. Great communication from this squad, but he's not going to get that one. That player backing off decides to pick the flag. He's going to be chased. Is he going to spot the player coming behind him? Yes, he does. Great reaction timing there to take down damage with the punch to the chops. He's now going to be making a run through circle. One player is right out in the middle of the map, going to be trying to cut him off. Issei slows down. He's going to be challenged there. Fate's going to be the one to do it. He takes him down, does get the return, clapped by Fate, follows up with a punch to the face, and now they're going to be trying to go for the counter cap along with his teammate Beaston.
Beaston's just going to start to run it straight through the guts of the map right here as he goes through the bends. He's going to have a player contesting through the back. He'll spend the time to go and take it, but his teammate has it covered now. Wolfie will pick up this flag. Beaston will drop. The flag will be returned, and Wolfie will continue his run now. He hasn't gotten too far just yet. He's going to be going into the underground passageway, and his teammates are going to be he's going to be hoping his teammates can contest and just keep him covered right here. Player's going to meet him, and that's going to be a flag capture. This is what I was talking about. They're going to get that flag in the last few seconds. That's going to end the half at 1-1.
What a great run, and it was vital that they did that. He ran straight down the guts. The communication from his squad meant he had the great prediction shots on the player that was waiting for him in maze. And with just a few seconds left, Meister, he was able to tie things up at the half. 1 flag apiece. I love this. T1 are coming to the party.
They really are, and this is what I wanted to see as well. I didn't want them to just bow out. I wanted them to keep on going strong. Now the second half is upon us, and we have, of course, another 5 minutes of action to come your way. The sides will swap, and I'm going to open up this half, of course, with Wolfie. Now, Wolfie is going to be trying to get these shots on the board as well. His teammates are going to drop it. He's going to be, of course, 2 players from TRIDENT down as well. Make that 3. So this is a good opportunity for AVANT here to bring up the map as well to pick up this flag. Now, Wolfie will get it, but he gets shot in the back, unfortunately. Not some good timing there for him.
Yeah, well, look, we just saw all foil players of AVANT T1 get taken down, which means there must be some great communication coming from TRIDENT. So with that said, thanks to Astro, we're going to go for a listen-in with the team of TRIDENT.
Sit on there.
Cam shake. I got 2. Come shake, left shake, left. Nice boys, good count.
Nice. Bills. Wolfie Bills. Nice. Unlucky. Go Wolfie.
Shake, man.
Come here. On your right. Where's the mid? One's Bills. Bills weak.
I'm here, Jake, as well. In our tunnel. He's running back to this side.
I fell off.
No, 3 dead.
No. Unlucky.
Hey, get back to flag. Oh, big.
One. He's running it. 2 on him. Oh! He's got 1 shot on that flag. Stay alive. Don't push both sides. Oh, he's taking good cheek. Alright, stay alive. Play our kills. Reset. Nice, good kill. I just want cave. Are we? One's in bills.
Okay. He's done.
Watch out that flag, Wolfie. Stay alive. He'll challenge.
Oh.
Yeah, nice.
Nice space.
Hey, I'm gonna OE.
So, mate, underground. Together, boys, together.
Back there, they're back there, they're all rotating.
Stuns, all he has, stuns. Alright, we need to trade, we're not really working together, we're all just pushing out.
Loving those listen-ins. Thanks to Astro, one of our great supporters here of ACL Brisbane and ACL throughout 2015. As you can see there, awesome communication coming from Trident. However, they haven't been able to capitalize on it. Your score is still sitting pretty at 2 apiece, and both flags are at home.
I mean, you see Hopi right here is all right about in a good position to try and get this flag. He was just waiting for another player to really show himself, and he was able to go ahead and get that kill at the end of it and try to get that flag run. Now, unfortunately, there was a second player there, and he got taken. But, I mean, 2-2 is the scoreline. 2 minutes remaining. You mentioned about the communication from Trident. Now, it was excellent communication, but I was expecting more. When we used to see the old T1.dotters lineup, they were constantly shouting at each other, and they were constantly bringing that hype. We're not really seeing that. It's quite interesting to see that change of pace.
Yeah, that is interesting to note. I was hoping I could send my positive vibes into the universe. They could hear me talk about how great their communication is, and they'd pick it up. You know what, Mike? I don't know about their communication, but the communication from the crowd has been insane here at our Brisbane event. I can hear them yelling here for both of these teams. As we've talked about a lot throughout this series, this is the match to look out for. AVANT T1.dotters up against Trident Esports, captained by Damage. There is a great match happening right here. Potentially the last map. It could be a 3-0 in favour of Trident. I'm not too sure if it's going to go that way, though. AVANT T1 really need to hang in there, and they are by the skin of their teeth. It looks pretty stalled right now. We have under a minute left. Mikester, there's a very real chance this could go into overtime.
50 seconds remaining, though. I mean, that overtime will just make that dynamic that much more interesting. Now, Chills will be over, of course, trying to push on in through that middle of the map to try and go in for that play. Now, Hopi will pick up the flag, though, and he's going to try and go for a run down. Players are going to contest here. He's trying to go for the shots. Will be able to pick up the kill, but his teammate does 4 at the same time. 2 players down from either team off the respawn. They're going to need to try and set up. Now, Hopi's decided to go through maybe this elevator side. No, he's going to back on down to the tunnels, and he's going to be contested. Luckily, he managed to mantle over the cover, and he should be able to go in for this cap, but that's going to be 19 seconds ready. Now they just need to defend, but the team of Trident are going to be pushing in, guns blazing, to try and get that flag captured.
This is the Hopi I'm used to seeing. Got 4 kills in a row. He's going to try and get that pre-fire out. He was heavily stunned, but it was him that clutched the flag there for his squad. Not enough time left is going to mean AVANT T1 are going to be taking that map. And again, it all came down to that last 30 seconds. Amazing gameplay by this squad, and they are staying in this series. We are going to map number 4, Mikester.
We are, and I mean, I really couldn't be any more excited because you know what, a maniac? It is going to be an uplink, and guess which map it's going to be?
Oh, tell me, Mikester. Tell me, buddy.
It's going to be comeback, and once again, I can't stress this enough. My personal favorite out of the entire uplink rotation, and I mean, it's just going to be a great thing. I mean, look at that. Look at these stats from the end of that game as well. You had 26 kills from Rolfie. You also had a cap to his name as well. 25 for Ize, as well as a couple of defends and returns. Hopi on 18, but he had 2 captures. And Hysteria on 21 as well. But look at those defends and returns. They're all even if you take everything into consideration.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Both teams so evenly matched. And I mean, that last run, let's break that down just a little bit more. There was so much raw slaying power that came out of that squad. I'm not sure if you noticed, but Wolfie in the background, as we were following Hopi, got either a 2, it might have even been a 3-piece, and those amazing reactions by Hopi to take down that defensive player as he was mantling up, getting the smackdown, and then able to clutch it, and then just holding down. He got 1 more kill, which stopped the flag from being pulled. That could have got away if it wasn't for Hopi. So, overall, look, I've been giving Hopi a little bit of criticism. We tried to forget that little bit of a miss on the S&D we saw over on Detroit, but he has made up for it more than here with that final capture.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to be having with that uplink game as well. They're going to be looking to make a point, and I think they'll be able to do it. I think we're going to be seeing about 5, and I might be just talking it up to myself for some hopes and dreams. But, I mean, you see there on your screen, the AVANT player slide through. That's, of course, going to be Hopi on the far left, swapping over to Hysteria. Then it's going to be the captain, Ize, and then it will slowly move on over to Wolfie.
I was just enjoying the slow nod from Ize. He's like, yep.
We got this.
This is it, boys. This is it. We got the one map under our belts. That's what we're waiting for. And then we can get into the next one as well. As you said, look, I wonder if the name of this map is this a bit of destiny? Is this destiny for this squad? Comeback. Yeah. I'm feeling it for T1. We may be going for this this game number 5.
I also want to point out there's a little bit of history here in the venue with the original T1 lineup. Now, for those who might not be aware, there was a little bit of a comeback for Call of Duty Ghosts. A little bit of a series comeback as well. Quite drastic. A 5-map comeback from the squad of T1. Now, lineups are different here, but it could be on the receiving end. You know, Izzy might be that factor that might bring for another comeback, but let's get into the game here for this uplink. It is, of course, going to be on comeback. Fate is going to be going in for these early points, though, and he unfortunately just narrowly misses.
Yeah, I would have loved that. That would have been a point in 12 seconds into the match. I think that would have been the fastest point I've ever seen in uplink if he was able to get it through. However, it is going to be in the hands of AVANT T1, and with 2 players from Trident both getting kills, you better hope you say was going to throw that out. The arm was a little bit weak. He needs to work that one out a little bit more. It didn't quite go out, so it might fall into the hands of Trident. We'll just have to wait and see. It is still going to be over there on the blue side. Indeed, it does go in the hands of Chills. Make it a run towards the middle of the map. Decides to go on over to the far side of green. He needs to run through or over yellow. Let's see what he does here. Goes for the smack. Misses that one under a lot of pressure. Jumping up and down. Decides to go for the long throw. Don't know if that's going to go anywhere. So after the first minute, Mike, 0-0, but a lot of action here on comeback.
Yeah, I mean, that ball is just going to be going haywire right now. It does not want to go into that capture zone. 2 players down, make that 3 players down from AVANT. Tried it. This is going to be their play, and Izzy knows that. He's going to try and get that glass control, but he does get taken down. Beaston's going to throw it all over into yellow right here as AVANT are just trying to clean it up. Now, remember, that was Hopi who was left alive for a moment. Beaston's going to be running this in. He's able to get those 2 points captured. That's 2-0, and unfortunately, AVANT, once again, starting a little bit rocky, but we saw that in the capture the flag as well, and they were able to pull it out. So, with us only being 90 seconds into this half, you know, it's still unpredictable. No, it really is, Mike. So anything can happen, especially after what you saw in that CTF. And as you just saw, a couple of great kills from AVANT T1. Issei still trying to follow it up. 2 players here from AVANT trying to do that. Hysteria is the one that picked up the kill. Issei wasn't, but Chills and Damage answer right back for Trident. And they are on the move here with the drone going through glass and getting glass control. That throws a bit dodgy. Look at the ruthless run from Issei Adese. He would have been out of ammo trying to do that unless he was just trying to say, come at me with that knife in his hand. Wasn't going to happen, though. We're on with Hopi from AVANT T1, trying to make a run through here. It's interesting, again, I've discussed this before, Meister, how the meta of comeback uplink has changed quite a bit. You see a lot of teams, they've usually tried to hold down glass, so you get the opposing team spawning over on that green side, but not so much anymore. You see the wild plays. You see the runs through green. It's really mixed up a lot, and it's more so about that fast-paced action. And speaking of fast-paced action, we saw a single point being thrown through, and then the dunk there from Hopi in less than 40 seconds, evening up the score. Hysteria is going to be going for this 1-point capture, and he will be able to get it. That brings them into the lead. And I just want to ask you a quick question. Can you see the future or hear the future or something? Because you seem to be lining up all your answers perfectly. Cards on the table to just predict what's happening next. Usually, see, this is the thing with me. I'm either on point or complete opposite. There's not really anything in the middle. So it's nice to be right occasionally. But yeah. Well, yeah, I really am not getting used to it. Predictions are not my thing. With that said, the guys from T1 have jumped back in lead. So they've got 4-3 is your score. 1 point separating these guys with 1:30 left in the half. We're on with Beaston, who was going like a beast until the teammate from Chills is going to shut him down. And look, we're over here with Fate from Trident. Damage his teammate picks up not 1, but 2. Hopi and Hysteria take a fall. Fate trying to lock down this glass area. His teammate is going to help him catch the player here in the pinch. Shots out, gets the assist, tries to follow it up. Chills almost through. Shut down. Fate's there and the teammate. They're going to dunk this through easily. With 1 minute left on the clock, they are now in the lead by 1 point. That they are. Fate will get taken down as well as we have 3 players here from Trident down. They need to recover the ball and go on forward. But Hopi, as he goes for it, gets taken down. Now, Izzy will drop as well as Hysteria. We'll now see see what he can do with that satellite drone in hand. What is he going to do? He's going to throw it to bounce it around. I think that might have been the plan, to throw it outside the map and reset it. Either way, it seems to have backfired. TRIDENT have the drone in their possession. That's going to be damage, running it through glass now. He knows it's going to be a bad move, so he goes to rotate around. Still alive here. Into power he goes. And 5-4 with 25 seconds remaining.
How is he alive?
Oh.
If he got that in, I have no idea. He did the bait and switch with his teammates, or it was the accidental bait and switch. He was just trying to stay alive, and he almost got all the way through. Points were scored in the end at the half. It looks like we're going to be finishing it up potentially at 4-7. The drone has been thrown out. It might be another 2 points here. Shut down at the very last second. Last few seconds here. It looks like it is going to be thrown out and reset. So at the half, 4-7. There was a great comeback by T1 towards the middle of that, or the middle of the third quarter of this half, rather. And then TRIDENT have been able to answer back to make it 4-7, a 3-point game at the swap in the half. Now, Mikester, I don't know about you, mate, but I am on the edge of my seat for this one. If TRIDENT take this map, they win. They win the series, knocking T1 into the losers bracket. Now, if they're able to stay alive, of course, we're going to a Game 5, and just thinking of that gives me chills. It
really does. And I mean, you mentioned about being on the edge of my seat. You're sitting right next to me. You can know how excited I am for this game as well. Now, Hysteria will try to be going in with the ball here for this dash and dive, and he will be able to go for it, getting those 2 points on the board under 30 seconds to be able to do that as well. That is going to be a 1-point game right now, but 3 of the AVANT players have been taken. Luckily for them, the ball's still going to be on that glass alley side. No one's yet to recover it, except for Chileans, who's going to be going over through to this blue side right now. His teammate's going to be setting up, but one player from AVANT is going to be trying to counteract. 2 more down through there as well. 1-point captures are so easy to get, where you can run all the way a couple of meters away from the zone.
Yeah, AVANT T1 need a little bit more awareness there to stop that throw. It looks like they might be going for another 1 point, and it was actually a dunk. The dunk got through there, 2 points, 10-6. So TRIDENT are going to be getting a pretty strong lead here. However, and look, it's got a lot to do with Chills as well. He was on a 6, now 7-point streak as he was shut down. I want to know, though, what is AVANT T1 going to do to stop this amazing push? Another point going on the board for TRIDENT. So let's jump in to a listen-in, thanks to Astro, with the guys from AVANT T1.
Tagged.
Nice, man.
Dead. One tagged. It's damage up there.
Ready, glass control hard, man.
Bunny on glass.
Three glass, man. Three glass. One's on our base. They keep flanking, man.
He said, I got one more there.
No one there. Oh wait, just come on.
Wait, we can chain on them.
Pick it up. I'm starting the ball. One's top blue, one top blue. One pillars. One's mid, one mid, robot dead. One shot, take that. He's one shot, dude. Legit. Nice. They're spawning green, guys. One middle. He's got middle. Mid, dive, mid.
Just hit one.
Mid,
guys, my mom. Oh, I missed that. What the fuck?
It's all good.
One top yellow. Whoa. Benches.
I'm waiting green. They threw it out.
They threw it out.
I'm mid.
On the ball.
Mid tag, Beast man. Beast tag to mid.
Where they go?
He's on fucking. He's tagged.
He's on the aircon, dude.
Did he get it?
He got it. On our base, guys. Come on, yeah.
One mid tag.
Nice. On our base, guys, still. Beast is still on our base.
Our base tags. He's dead.
He's on our base.
Let's go glass, come on.
We need glass.
We need glass control, man. One's in glass already.
Wait.
Top glass tagged, man.
Glass dead.
I'm looking at the ball.
One glass down. There's 2 glass, I think, maybe.
Another glass, fighting glass.
Mid.
We need to control this shit. 2 fucking minutes. 2 minutes. Let's go.
I want some mid divide again. We've got to cut it off. He's got mid divide.
Wait, bottom divider.
Ball.
What a listen in there from the AVANT T1 side, of course, thanks to Astro Gaming. Now, I don't know what I should be worried about most, that there's only 2 minutes remaining or even under that, or the fact that TRIDENT are only 4 points away from actually hitting the score limit in this game.
That is something to worry about for the AVANT T1 squad. What's worrying as well, 10 points in 1 minute and 30 seconds left is required from them to just even up the scoreline here. Look, I'd love to say that I'm feeling it, but I'm not really. TRIDENT just too strong. Beast and just showing the force there with the job to Wolfie as well. And as you can see, it is just a death match right now. Kills literally back and forth between these squads. It's been red-blue for the last 6 or 7 kills, and it's still going. So it just shows they're trade for trade, and it's all about the points with the uplink right now. 6 for 16 still after 30 seconds gone. A minute left. It's pretty safe to say that Trident are going to be wrapping this one up.
I mean, they were just using NBA playoff moves right there. They'll pass the ball. They'll go for alley-oops, going for those dunk passes as well. They were getting 2-pointers, and we didn't even know about it. That's how good they were playing. But with 46 seconds remaining, I mean, 16-7, you just can't get that many points in that time.
No, I'm pretty sure even the Globetrotters couldn't get that many points in that short amount of time. So it is a little unfortunate for AVANT T1. So with 30 seconds left, we're going to be wrapping up this map pretty soon here. Trident versus T1.dotters. Trident had the last 2 maps. They took out the hard point. They took out the S&D on Detroit. The CTF did go to the guys of AVANT T1, so they did get that map. However, it looks like as we wrap up our last 10 seconds, Trident are going to be wrapping that one up. Chill's trying to get the run through, and he may be going for the wrong goal, I do believe. He's just having a bit of a play around here. Trident are that confident, just throwing it home to these guys of AVANT T1. There you go, Mike. So the grudge match of the weekend is going to be taken by Trident 3-1 in the series against AVANT T1, knocking them into the lower bracket.
I mean, I can't believe that it was I can't believe that it was a 3-1. I really can't. I was expecting
it was almost a 3-0.
Yeah, I mean I think that was even more surprising than the 3-1. I mean, it was just words cannot describe how anticipated that series was. And the funny part is it could still happen again later on, and that game could be even more intense.
I mean, we've seen comebacks from the lower bracket as well.
And from these players.
Exactly, from these players. We've seen the comebacks, and we've also seen a team lose to another, come back, and then completely smash them in the later rounds of the brackets, losers. And then I think we've seen it a couple of times, even in the grand final. So, and that's potential. There's a lot of very well-versed and experienced and amazing teams still in this competition. I mean, the one we say a lot, of course, is to look out for the favourites, Mindfreak. They're still very much in this competition. I mean, there's still some big names out there that we'll have to get some updates on a little later.
Yes,
so
definitely.
Hopefully we'll see this matchup happen a little later in our competition here at Championship Sunday of ACL Pro Brisbane. That final score, of course, on the uplink was 16-7 in favour of Trident. It must be said, AVANT T1 did so well in that first half just to keep it neck and neck, and then Trident just whipped out their cane, just went for a leisurely stroll right through AVANT T1, tearing them apart, and then it was just a score fest for them into that second half.
Yeah, I mean, Trident now is going to be advancing over into that winners bracket final. So they've guaranteed themselves the top 3 position as well. They're going to be playing the winner of Mindfreak and Ignitions at the same time.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be a crazy series and a crazy tournament to come, but you can't rule out AVANT fighting over in that losers bracket. As you mentioned, we've seen it done before. We've seen the losers bracket grind, so to speak, literally happen. And it's great to see that we possibly have an opportunity like this. Once again, though, we do have these players. One of these top teams that have those players have only placed in those top 4 in all their other events, not going to have be forced to settle with that top 8 mark. Now, once again, I don't know the exact teams off the top of my head, but it's a decider between, I do believe, 6 to 8 teams that have always placed that top 4 to 6 range will be forced with the top 8.
And all of the action will be seen right here on MLG.tv/ACL. And I hope you're all keeping up to date with the action by following us on Twitter at ACL Pro. You know what? Both of these teams here would have felt really exhausted after that match. And I mean, the team that won, of course, was Trident, and they must be feeling amazing right now. So let's cross over to a quick interview with a player from Trident and our interviewer, Artemis.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Chileans from Trident Esports here. They just played an amazing game against AVANT, and it was just such an awesome game to watch. Obviously, everyone's been so hyped and just so excited to watch this match, and you got the win 3-1. How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling over the moon. I reckon the best decision we've ever made was dropping his hay. Picked up Beaston.
So you're playing Mindfreak next. Now we all know that they're definitely a team to watch out for. They're a very strong side and they're really good at slaying in the respawns. What do you think that you guys need to do as a team to counter that?
I think if we all turn up in the game, we'll be able to, put up a good fight against them. They're a great team and all, but I reckon we'll be able to take this one out.
What player from the other team, from Mind Freak, do you think that you really need to lock down and keep a lookout for?
Probably Dens. Dens is probably the biggest factor in that team. If you
right.
shut down Dens, could go either way.
All right, call it out now. What do you think this series score will be?
3-2 either way.
3-2 either way?
Yep.
All right, thank you so much for your time, Chileans. We're going to go to a quick commercial break now. Make sure you follow the Twitter at ACL Pro for all of the updates, and we'll see you shortly.